In this lecture, we are going to talk about IVF or test tube baby. The full form of IVF is in vitro fertilization. That means fertilization takes place inside the test tube. That's why this is known as test tube baby or in vitro fertilization. And in this technique, the fertilization takes place outside of the body. That's why this is known as in vitro fertilization. And we are going to talk about the detailed history of IVF or discovery of IVF and the scientists who discovered first time this technique that were Dr. Dr. Steptoe or Dr. Robert Edward who discovered first world test tube baby in 1978. That was Louis Joy Brown. This was discovered by these scientists. And in India, the scientists who discovered the first time of test tube baby, Dr. Subhash Mukherjee, who was the doctor who discovered first test tube baby in India. That name was Kanpriya Agrawal or Durga. Uh, he was discovered in 1978 by Dr. Subhash Mukherjee. And we are going to talk about the step of this technique, how this technique is used for the production of new organism or baby. And the first step of this technique is isolation of egg from female body. And the second step is isolation of male gamete from male organism. After the isolation of male and female gamete, the second step is fertilization. Both gamete are put in test tube for fertilization. Fertilization means the fusion of male and female gamete under the culture media. What is the meaning of culture media? The media which provides all the nutrients which are requirement for survival, growth, and development of living cell in the test tube is called culture media. After the culture media, both gametes are fused to form zygote or embryo. This embryo, when it is at cell stage, and this embryo collect from test tube and transfer into a uterus of female body. In uterus, this undergoes natural technique, and after this technique, this cell was divided into numbers. That means 2, 8, 16, 64. This cell divide, and lastly this cell form a full developed baby. So this technique is used for the formation or development of new organism in the test tube. That's why this technique is known as test tube baby or